Today we're going to look at the Huberman Lab Podcast, Episode 5, Understanding and Using Dreams to Learn and to Forget. The key ideas discussed in this episode are: Number 1. Overview of sleep cycles, that is, ultraradian rhythm. Number 2. Neuromodulator refresher. Number 3. Lucid dreams. Number 4. Slow wave sleep or non-REM sleep. Number 5. Rapid eye movement or REM sleep. Number 6. REM sleep, trauma, psychology. Number 7. Uses of ketamine and PCP to mimic REM. And number 8. Improving sleep quality. Idea number 1. Overview of sleep cycles, ultraradian rhythm. Sleep is generally broken up into 90-minute cycles called the ultraradian rhythm. Earlier in the night, we have more slow wave sleep, that is non-REM, and less REM sleep. For every 90-minute cycle, REM occupies more time, that is, the more sleep you get, the more REM you have. Idea number 2. Neuromodulator refresher. What is acetylcholine? It tends to modify and amplify brain circuits associated with attention and focus. What is norepinephrine? It tends to modify circuits associated with alertness and desire to move. What is serotonin? It is released and modifies circuits associated with bliss and remaining still. Finally, what is dopamine? It is released and associated with amplification of pursuing goals, pleasure, and reward. Idea number 3. Lucid dreams. Lucid dreaming, that is, dreaming in sleep but being aware that you're dreaming and in some cases directing the dream. It occurs in about 20% of people and can cause people to not feel as rested and can disrupt sleep's restorative effects. Idea number 4. Slow wave or non-REM sleep. Characterized by brain activity in which the brain is metabolically active. There is no acetylcholine in non-REM state of sleep, meaning there is no real focus. Active neuromodulators are norepinephrine and serotonin. If you are going to sleepwalk, this is the cycle in which it would happen. Motor learning is most likely to take place in slow wave sleep. Some examples are learning a new dance, exercise, etc. Slow wave sleep is also important in cognitive information, that is details, spelling, and so on. Idea number 5. Rapid eye movement or REM sleep. REM sleep occurs more as the night of sleep progresses. The circuitry involved in conscious eye movement is active. We're entirely laid out and paralyzed. Paralysis during sleep can spill into waking. This can even come with hallucinations. That is, a lot of alien abduction recaps include both of these traits. Our experience is hallucinatory during this time. Serotonin and norepinephrine are absent. REM sleep is one of the few times in our life where norepinephrine is absent, so there's no chemical manifestation of fear and anxiety. This period of sleep allows us to review things that happened or troubling situations in the absence of fear and anxiety. Nightmares probably take place in slow wave sleep. Lack of REM sleep tends to make people emotionally irritable. We tend to catastrophize small things because we can't unlearn the emotionality of events. REM sleep solidifies associations and gives things meaning. With a lack of REM sleep, even simple things like the word "the" looks misspelled and distorted. REM sleep eliminates meanings that don't matter, so we don't blow things out of proportion. We take events of the day and uncouple the expression of emotionality. Sleep deprivation isn't just deprivation of energy or deprivation of immune function. It's deprivation of self-induced therapy every time we go to sleep. Idea number 7. REM sleep, trauma, and psychology. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, also known as EMDR, is a psychotherapy designed to alleviate the distress associated with traumatic memories. During EMDR, patients are guided to perform lateral eye movements mimicking REM sleep, therefore turning off norepinephrine and allowing patients to access traumatic events without the emotion. EMDR is most successful for single event trauma, like a car crash or robbery, but not for prolonged experiences like childhood abuse, divorce, etc. Idea number 8. Uses of ketamine and PCP to mimic REM. The mechanisms of ketamine and PCP bear striking resemblance to pattern of REM sleep. Ketamine and PCP both function to disrupt NMDA receptor in the brain. Ketamine prevents the learning of emotions soon after trauma. Ketamine is kept in some emergency rooms and sometimes administered to people who witness a loved one traumatically dying in front of them. Ketamine is about becoming removed from the emotion of an experience. Idea number 9. Improving sleep quality. Getting a regular amount of sleep each night might be more important than the duration. Consistently getting the same amount of sleep is better than getting more hours some nights and fewer others. Limit drinking a lot of fluid right before sleeping. Resistance exercise can induce a greater amount of slow wave sleep involved in motor learning and acquisition of fine details. Alcohol and marijuana hinder deep restorative sleep. Key takeaways. Sleep is broken up into 90-minute blocks called ultraradian rhythm. Slow wave or non-REM sleep takes place earlier in the night. As sleep progresses throughout the night, REM sleep takes up more time. Things that happen in slow wave sleep are motor learning, motor skill learning, details about specific events. Lack of REM sleep tends to make people emotionally irritable. We tend to catastrophize small things because we can't unlearn the emotionality of events. The mechanisms of ketamine and PCP bear striking resemblance to patterns of REM sleep and are sometimes used as therapeutics. Sleep deprivation isn't just deprivation of energy or deprivation of immune function. It's deprivation of self-induced therapy every time we go to sleep. New research highlights that it may be more important to get a consistent amount of sleep versus the hours of sleep each night. To improve sleep quality, limit fluids before bed, perform resistance exercise during the day, and limit alcohol and marijuana. This is the end. Thank you.